We just talk. Can we just talk? Figure out where we're going. Can we just
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell so you can be notified as well. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and reflect on my 2020 year because it's been, I did a video like this last year, so if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. You guys loved that one so much, that's why I'm doing it again this year. But I'm gonna be just going on my MacBook here, and then I just wrote out a few like key events each month on notes, so I'm going to be referring to this. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop right on in. So January was quite a month to say the least, and a lot happened in January. First off, I drove back to Clemson on January 7th to start my spring semester of freshman year. So drove back, had lunch at Ruby Tuesdays with my mom. Following not too long after that, me and a few of my hallmates explored a little local waterfall. Pictures on Instagram if you want to see. That was in Central South Carolina. We did like hang out and lounge on Fort Hill, and we just kind of sat there. It was like a beautiful day right before we went to the national championship the next day, which was a Monday. Everybody of course was excited, days, weeks leading up to it, that we were going to be playing LSU in the national championship in New Orleans. I stayed in Clemson and attended classes. I was also able to head downtown to go to the watch party for a little bit, just hung out there right before the game a few minutes, and then decided to just kind of finish up and watch the game in my dorm, just because I had an 8 a.m. early the next morning and I wanted to get a decent amount of sleep before that class. Continuing on with that, I took just a ton throughout my whole freshman year, but definitely in the spring semester, a ton of cute little sunrise photos outside my dorm. Not every morning, but most mornings when I woke up, it kind of became part of my little morning routine. I just wanted to throw in on a weather note, it was cold and rainy. January, February, on to February. Now I'm just going back and forth, heading home every so often. On February 9th, I brought my car onto campus because before that I didn't have a car on campus, so I was super excited, but that happened on February 9th. I went to a ton of baseball games. Insert the 10,000 10 seconds a day videos that I did in March. Into March, we're kind of morphing into that first week pre-pandemic in the US. By this point in time, I had like no clue really about like the coronavirus or like the impact it was having around the globe at this point. I was just kind of living my life as a college student. We're into March. I deep cleaned my dorm because I knew spring break was coming up, so I made a whole video about deep cleaning my dorm. We celebrated one of my homies' birthday, and then that's kind of the start of when things started going south, honestly. Like there's no better word for that. So March 11th is kind of when I start hearing about COVID or like the coronavirus. I was like hearing about it, but at the time it was so not threatening. It didn't seem threatening at the time. Like we weren't really thinking it was going to be as serious as we have all seen it play out as it's become. We just were clueless. I think at the time we were still processing like the idea of it being as rapid as it was going around the world. Then by the next day around noon, the university decides that they are going to go virtual for the first 2 weeks after spring break. And then by that Friday, of course, I'm already packed up, I'm ready to go back home. That was where I was planning on doing spring break, and so I headed back here. Throughout all this time, I'm recording a 10-second a day clips, so if you want to kind of see the transition of March, so if you want to see kind of the transformation of my March, you can check it out on my YouTube channel. Moving right along beyond that, by the end of the month, I was trying to figure out how to learn virtually, but in the off time, I was playing like Wii games and stuff. I was at home doing my virtual learning. Then by like the end of March, the university came to a decision that the whole rest of the semester, which basically was just the month of April, was just going to be virtual. For the month of April, I just kind of spent time doing virtual school, playing Wii games, and like kind of went to a more nostalgic state, I guess. Started really getting into TikTok. They kind of passed the time, finished up the semester on April 30th, so I was officially done with my freshman year. In that month, we also had like quarantine birthdays. Because of like the timing of all this, all of our birthdays were celebrated obviously intimately together. We kind of got creative with it. I did vlog my sister Jordan's birthday. Moving right along into May was my birthday, and then I started coming up with more creative video ideas, and I decided to do like this travel with me. I just had fun with it. Just thought of the things that you would do if you had traveled to certain destinations. I decided to create one for Cinco de Mayo, which is the day after my birthday. So we did Cabo themed dinner. We had all this decor mimicking Cabo and like immersed ourselves as if we were in Cabo. Mother's Day rolled around, of course, so we celebrated that. My mom had her birthday shortly thereafter. We had a Greece night on the 21st. Created decorated all this stuff, made it like Greece, dressed in like blue and white to feel like we were in Greece. I found on YouTube this cool little aerial drone thing so we could feel like we were physically there. I bought myself 2 new cameras. So I bought the 80D that I'm currently filming on right now, and then my G7X, and they came in on the 26th. Moving right along into June, I finally moved out of my freshman year dorm. Father's Day, which was fun. We took some fun little photos. I created a summer bucket list, and throughout the summer I did a few little vlogs showing me doing certain things on this bucket list. We had a little family paint party as a part of that like summer bucket list that I created. My sister Sydney had her birthday. We had like a Japanese inspired night a few days later where she created really good food. I also began posting in the month of June twice a week like I do every summer. I celebrated 1 year on YouTube on June 30th. Then in July I continued obviously making content. I began shopping more intensely for my college apartment slash house because I knew I'd be moving in August. In August I shared a ton of college related freshman year advice, and you guys absolutely loved it, so thank you so much for the love and support on those videos. Yeah, I did a ton of those leading up to me moving into my college apartment, which happened on August 15th. Did that. I began classes virtually on the 19th. In September, football season began. Me and my roommate and a few friends would like watch the football games and stuff. During October, school still happening. Watched some of the election debate. In November, I watched the news updates, election week, and then I celebrated my friend's 20th birthday, and then we had Thanksgiving, which I at that point was like, wow, how has this year like flown by, but then also slow for like those 3 months. Mixed feelings of Thanksgiving, realizing that 2020 was about to be almost over. And by this point I was super excited for Christmas. I was starting to shop, decorate our apartment for it. I was excited to start doing Vlogmas, which is kind of what's leading me into December. I did Vlogmas for the first 25 days. I completed my fall semester of sophomore year. Christmas, which was just a few days ago now, and now we're kind of pretty much at the present day. A few days till 2021. When you're watching this is actually New Year's Eve. Hope you guys are celebrating it safely and well. I'm super excited for the new year, probably as much as you are. 2020, while it was a crazy year, a lot of great things, for me at least, happened. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up so I can do one again next year. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much for supporting me all year long. I wanted to stop and reflect on that. I truly thank you all for interacting, supporting me, watching the videos, providing feedback, engaging in any form or mean, you know, either on here, Instagram, Twitter, DMing me if you have questions about Clemson, about college life, whatever it may be. I truly thank you. And until next time, I will catch you guys on the flip side, and I will see you guys next year. Bye guys.